right. Had to do it to him. Cock back if a nigga front, I'ma pop that. Got straps, you don't want smoke, you better stop that. Real nigga, there's certain shit that do not jack. Plus I got some killers on my side and they do not rap. Fake nigga, there's certain questions we do not ask. Perka make the body feel good like a hot bath. You niggas hot ass, your music stay for real. Blizz get it, next on that like a Navy deal. Big guns, we got big guns like the Navy SEAL. It was all a dream like Biggie till I made it real. You niggas changed for real.
What up? What up? What up? What's good, y'all? It's your boy DJ Duya.
Your boy Busy Jones
in the building. And this is Trendy Debates. We here. Oh man. So before we get into this blockbuster trade, of course, you know we always started off with the youngsters. Kingston Tiger, JV boys. I guess game was Thursday. Million rush, 20 points. How do you feel about his his gradual ascension and from the beginning of the season to now? He had some ups and downs, where he wasn't able to play and stuff.
Well, being that I trained with him personally, his demeanor as he went throughout the season was being uncomfortable playing with other kids, that could. He didn't know what his competition was going to be like. I told him, don't worry about competition. I think going throughout the season, he got more comfortable with the competition, got more comfortable with his teammates, knowing that his teammates had his back. Your son being other players there that when he had games, now he's up on him. And then working out with him, trying to work out his certain games in the paint game more, being more stronger, using his height and his athletic ability. I believe that he's going to get better as he gets older, but he's going to put the work in, right? He needs to want to put the work in more.
Yeah, my only critique is that he just got to stop hitting that floor, man. That floor don't bounce back. He just got to stop hitting that floor.
These kids think if they hit the floor, they're foul.
Right. Shout out to Caden Ward. Caden has been playing great the last few games. His 3-pointer really been on flamethrower status. So that's the most points he's had all year. My son, I wasn't there at the game, so I don't have like highlights and stuff, but he was missing a lot of his shots, but he was still able to put a good game together. So shout out to the JV boys. Unfortunately, I don't have the varsity statistical the statistics from their game against Middletown, but they ended up actually losing. Middletown was they're 1-5 in the league, so losing to them, I think they overlooked them, but we still got a big game coming up. I think it's we're gonna be playing. I forget the game on Tuesday. We got a big game on Tuesday. It's important for the league. So shout out to the varsity boys. We definitely got to win that game. Oh, who the hell is it against? Let me look it up real quick. But it's very important for the league. I want to say it's Monroe Woodbury.
Definitely gonna have to show out for that game. Definitely have to show up and show out. Yeah,
I'll definitely be there.
I'll definitely bring it to you guys live. Actually, probably.
Yep, they have a game today actually at 12:45 against Colony. So shout out to the varsity boys. It's about to go down in 45 minutes.
Are they traveling or it's home?
It's home. Yep.
Okay, we go see that. We're gonna pull up to that at 12:45. Okay.
He said, "Okay, Lil Craig."
Okay, Lil Craig.
Lil Craig been putting in work this year, man. I think he's averaging around 15 a game. He's been doing pretty good. So let's get into it, man. Blockbuster trade hit the waiver or hit the wire last night. Kind of Sham Charania tweeted it out and kind of broke the internet with it. I'm sitting in my bed, right? So it comes across I get the Bleacher Report they shared Shams' tweet on X. So it comes up, boom. I'm like looking at that. I'm thinking it is one of these made up trades that somebody like concocted on Fans Pro or something. And I'm like, somebody making another weak trade, like another trade that can't happen or nothing. So I'm looking at it, and then it says it like, wait a minute. I'm like, what the hell? And my wife is like, wait, what's wrong with you? And then my son from the next room says, what the hell? She's like, what is wrong with that? He's like, yo, Luka Doncic just got traded to the Lakers. So here is I got some footage of Shams kind of, everybody's been the crazy thing with these people that don't like LeBron, I guess, I don't know if you would call me a LeBron supporter, but I'm always defending kind of all NBA players and stuff because I just try to see it from their perspective or just in general. But I know a lot of people like don't like LeBron James for some reason, and they always try to paint the narrative like he's in control of shit. And I just wanted to play this clip from Shams to show how it really kind of went down. Now, Shams, I feel like he's the new Woj, and I honestly I think he's better than Woj because he gives you the front office perspective and the player perspective. So here's
again Shams Charania, who broke this trade, and the internet. Shams, how did this deal materialize?
This deal materialized in the shadows. This came out of nowhere. This is maybe the most stunning trade, definitely that I've been a part of in recent NBA history, as far as it was never clearly out there. And you saw two teams in Rob Pelinka with the Lakers, Dallas Mavericks, Nico Harrison there doing this deal. And I'm told Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, the players, coaches, a lot of people on both sides with the Mavericks and Lakers had no idea. I can assuredly tell you it's a fact. LeBron James had no idea this was coming. Anthony Davis had no idea this was coming. I'm told Luka Doncic is still stunned about this trade. But when you look at the totality of what just occurred, Luka Doncic is a 25-year-old, like you said, mega star. Perennial all-NBA player. He's someone that you think of as untouchable, as a guy that's never going to be traded. I'm told that the Mavericks actually approached the Lakers and offered Luka Doncic a few days ago in a trade. Very recently, the Mavericks went out. They knew exactly who they wanted. They wanted Anthony Davis. That's the player that if they were ever going to trade Luka Doncic, if this was even a thought that was going to cross their mind, it was for AD. And so the Mavericks called the Lakers, offered Luka Doncic, and that's when the Lakers had to huddle internally. They've never offered Anthony Davis ever in a trade. But if you're going to get offered Luka Doncic, that's when Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, and that organization, they had to meet. And it's Luka Doncic at the end of the day. And they went out, and he's a 25-year-old player for the next decade. You can look at him as the face of your side. And on the other side, with the Mavericks, you have someone who's 31. He's in the prime of his career. He wants to win a championship now, Anthony Davis does. And you pair him with Kyrie Irving, who he's friends with and close with. Jason Kidd coached him on the 2020 championship Lakers. Jared Dudley, there's other members of that coaching staff that he's very close with. And Nico Harrison, he has a relationship with through Nike. So you take the curtains back, and it makes a lot of sense in many ways. But this coming right now, it's the most stunning trade that I've definitely been a part of.
Shams, I got to backtrack for a minute here. Anthony Davis is 31. He's been in the league 12, 13 years. He's a superstar. But Luka Doncic is 25 years old and a perennial MVP candidate who you could make a case has not even hit the prime of his career. Why move him?
I think a few factors. He's going to be Supermax eligible coming up in this upcoming summer, a massive extension. And we have seen Luka Doncic over the last few years deal with injuries. There's been a lot made about his conditioning and how he is, but that's something the Mavericks have had to manage and handle year after year. But at the end of the day, he is Luka Doncic. He is a stud in every way. And that's why it is certainly fascinating that the Mavericks ended up deciding to trade him. but this is clearly something that they feel Anthony Davis is better suited for this team to win a championship. They just lost Derek Lively for an extended period of time, potentially the next 3 months. They lost Maxi Kleber to a fracture in his foot. He was a part of this trade. You have a clear need at the big spot. You got Kyrie Irving in a trade a couple years ago. He's going to be eligible himself for a massive deal coming up this summer. He's got a player option. So when you think about team building, was having potential when you look at it, Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, maybe very similar players. What this team was missing was having that dominant 1A, 1B co-star big man. And at the end of the day, in the NBA, we saw LeBron James, Anthony Davis, they won a championship. Usually when you have a couple bigger players, you have a chance to win.
All right, Shams, there you go. So what do you like? What do you think about what he was saying?
Well, I mean, all right, look, money talk. LA wouldn't have been able to pay him anyway. Okay, this is how I feel it works out for everybody. LeBron's gonna be another year or two. Luka's 25 years old. You now have your LeBron for the next 10 years. That's gonna give you your triple double. Can still give you exactly what LeBron gives you. He can give you exactly what LeBron gives you, minus all the dunking and the highlight soaring through the air. He can give you everything else. Okay.
Yep.
Dallas gets a big man that is in his prime, that has won a title before, has been to the big games, along with your guard, Kyrie. You still got your other shooting guards, your other pieces in there too that have contribute to it. Your PJ Washingtons, you still got them there. You're that can contribute to you getting a title. Everybody's still technically young over there in their so-called prime, ready to compete for a title for the next 4 or 5 years also. I feel like the Lakers and Dallas both won with that. With the money.
Speaking of the devil, man. Look, speaking of the devil. We just talking about you.
Cover up, oh God. So, but money-wise, who else is going to pay AD besides Mark Cuban? Like, who has that type of money that can be like, yo, we'll give you the max extension. You're going to get all your money. You're in a tax-free state.
I think AD already signed his extension though last year or year before, so I think he's just entering his 4-year deal. I could be wrong, but I'll look it up.
Yeah, but who can pay for that? Dallas. Dallas can pay for that. I think it works out for both teams in the long run, bro. Even now, short term. I mean, we don't know what Luka's looking like because the injury in Cleveland's part of that trade, like I said, so with injury, so we won't see what the Lakers look like until they get everybody together. But I think it's going to work out for both teams. I think we just
I like it for the Mavs right away.
I love it for the Mavs.
Yeah,
Kyrie gets a big man. You know, Kyrie gets a big man that he's used to and he can roll with. And AD gets a true point guard and not another big man that he has to share the paint with. So it's it's almost a Kobe and Shaq move for Dallas.
And Anthony Davis won't have the pressure of playing with LeBron. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that. Being the fans, what do they call them? The Browniacs, Brown sexuals and stuff. They blame
I ain't never heard
a lot
that
of
one.
his. Yeah, I mean they blame a lot of the ancillary players around LeBron for the downfall of the team's time. So being in Dallas, he won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, but that is a big factor though. Playing next to LeBron, especially being the number 2 guy, because when he's off, you're supposed to step up. What did he teach you? You didn't learn nothing from the greatest. So it's like,
right.
There's a lot.
And then they as here is
Yo. In and out, brother.
a 3-year extension.
You're fading. I couldn't hear you. You're frozen. Do you? Well, Dewey most likely could have downloaded a bunch of damn things like normal. And here we go with him locking himself out and freezing. But I can't really be mad at the owners for not telling none of these players because all these players is fucking divas. So what are we really gonna do? I thought it was a fake page match. I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, no one knew. I don't think they knew. I don't think none of these players knew. Like I don't think AD thought he was leaving LA. I definitely don't think Luka thought he was ever leaving Dallas. But maybe there was something I said. Maybe there was something we didn't know behind the scenes. Once Kyrie came there, that just wasn't sitting right with Luka the whole time, and he was looking for a way out. Who knows? Like, who really knows, man? Especially if they're reaching out to LA about Luka. They've been like, yo, I'm not playing. I want to play. He could have said anything. Who the fuck knows? You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, that's a crazy trade, especially when they wouldn't let the CP3 trade go down with Kobe and all that years ago, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That's crazy. That's just wild to me. You got to stop downloading some of those things, man. Yeah. What are we doing? Only for Dewey, because Dewey is always the one that's running crazy late. Downloading too many things. Let's do what we do.